Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of The Unlucky Ones, soon to be your favorite tabletop RPG podcast. Today we'll be playing in the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition and for the foreseeable future. My name is Ryan. I play a character named Matthew Steele. He is a New York City native who, after losing his brother to a strange creature in their childhood, he has dedicated his life to exposing the weird and to finding out the truth about what actually happened that night, as everyone has just told him that it is made up or it was some kind of trauma response, but he doesn't believe any of that.
And that leads to me. Hello, my name is Peter. I'm playing Ben O'Reilly. Ben O'Reilly is a freelance photographer who is up and coming, and he's kind of on a dry spell, so he's trying to look in for that next big scoop. An influential figure in his life was his dad, Bill, who kind of taught him how to be a photographer, and maybe we'll learn some things from Matt Steele.
And hi, I'm Michael, your DM, or in this game it's called Keeper of Arcane Lore, which sounds infinitely cooler if you think about it. And since I don't have a character, I'm going to give a random fact. Well, not so random. About a week ago, I think, Ryan had asked me a question, who my most inspirational fictional character was. And I thought of the answer about 5 minutes after I stopped the conversation with you, and I held it to this point so I can think about it. So everyone can think about this as well. Mine is Doctor Who. For the reason of that he enforces choice above all else. You can choose to be good or bad, and that if you choose to be good, you should never become the villain that you are fighting.
Is there a particular doctor,
Yeah,
or
like
is it
which
just
one?
like
No, the concept of the
concept
doc.
of Doctor?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So no Matt Smith or David Tennant.
Well, I like them all.
Yeah.
They're all good, and both of them look
all of
really
them.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like the War Doctor?
I do like the War Doctor too.
The guy who is the definition of becoming the villain that you're trying to stop?
Again, but all on the point of choice, and that's what
enough.
I think is very interesting and very important to remember in life. Choice is important. That being said,
We're going to top the charts now because you've just engaged all the Doctor Who fans.
I also steal from Doctor Who a lot. So
There you go.
That being said,
double reasons to watch.
let's go back in time to the 1920s for Call of Cthulhu. So, we kick off in New York, April 11th, 1920, in apartment, I believe it was 1A.
14A.
Oh, 14A? We kick off in apartment 14A, where you hear a knock on your door.
And you said what time it was?
We're going to say it's about 9 o'clock in the morning.
I wouldn't be really sleeping. I'm probably there drinking coffee. Like, oh, who is it?
Hello? Is this the investigator for hire?
Yeah,
Photographer for
freelancer
hire?
Ben O'Reilly. Yep, and I'm
Ben-
gonna open the door.
So standing there is a lanky man with sandy, like kind of grayish hair, and he goes, "Ben, hi.
What's your name, fella?
My name is Ulysses.
Ulysses. Okay.
How
do you spell that?
How do I spell that? I'm sorry, I spell it wrong. Uylsses. That's how I spell it.
I was close. Ulysses. All right.
So anyway, he goes, I saw that you have been looking for work, correct?
Yes, I am. Did you find my advertisement in the paper?
I did, yeah.
Well worth spent.
So he kind of goes forward with you, and actually, I should say goes forward. He walks into your house unless you have any way to stop him.
That's fine.
No? Okay.
Just
So
gonna open it up on him.
he walks in, and he sits down on your couch, very assumedly, and goes, "So I need some help, and I was curious on your ability to step into dangerous territory."
Well, I wouldn't be a good photographer if I don't get in all those action shots, so...
Not very long ago, a murder happened at my family's home. The cops held a kind of investigation there, but they ended up quarantining the area and keeping everyone out. and there's some heirlooms that were left to me that I want someone to go see to get back to me. I was curious if you'd be interested in doing that.
So you want me to go break into a lockdown quarantine scene to get your items? You know, I'm a photographer, right?
I do,
Okay.
but I also know that you could probably use some money, and I also know that there's a good chance that
Kind of shakes his head.
you'll get some very good photos if you go there, due to it's not normal for cops to quarantine an entire building for a murder for about a week now.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a few diseases going around, so. All right. It's kind of interesting. Might be a lead.
Well, here's the thing. I need an answer now, and
How's
more
it pay?
importantly, I can pay at least some of it up front.
Well, how much is the sum of it?
I can pay you $200 up front,
Damn.
which is 25% of what I can pay you for the whole thing.
Kind of just thinks, like, scratches his chin. He's like, all right, I'll see what I can do. And I gotta put my hand out.
He'll shake it, and he'll look at you and say, "So you will take this, right?"
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And then with that, he'll also slide you a small paper. He's like, "I heard something good about this person as well," and it'll be a small, like little bit of contact information for a man named Matt Steele.
Matt.
Has a location and a telephone that you could try to reach through.
Steele. Okay, all right. Steele?
Yep.
Oh, that's what the note says. Sorry. All right. Well, I will see what I can get from him.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, thank you.
And then he's going to stand up and he's going to walk out.
Oh, would you like a coffee? I should. It's kind of happened. You thirsty or anything? Or
No,
I'm
I'm
my clients
entirely
pretty
good.
well.
Thank you.
Okay.
So he'll walk out. What's your move then? What you go to, buddy?
My go-to is I would have probably a local paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would go through there and see if I see any articles on this location.
Not quite a crit fail, but
Flip
close.
open the paper and you start like skimming through it, and then you realize that he said, the actual murder and stuff happened, give or take a little bit over a week ago. So you are looking at today's paper and go, oh, it's not in the paper anymore.
I gotta find last week's paper. Well, all right. So I'm gonna go pick up the operator phone. And do I hear a dial?
You hear a dial tone, and then and then you hear the wonderful, yes, hello.
Yeah. I'm trying to contact a Matt Steele.
Matt Steele? Okay, I can push you forward through his phone. And then you hear a click, and then silence for a minute, and then silence for another minute, and silence for a minute.
He's got to like pull the one cable and put it over in the other place.
And then, assumably, you'll hear the phone for whichever you have it directed to, whether it be your office or...
Yeah, it's probably it's Steel Investigations. And so he'll kind of, Matt will probably just kind of be like at his desk with some newspapers and such, kind of combing through. And as the phone pings off, he'll kind of, yep,
Hey, is this Mr. Steele?
yep.
This is Ben O'Reilly. I'm a freelance photographer, and I had a client come in, gave me your contact information, saying there's some shady stuff going down at his place. His name is Ulysses.
Okay. Is he paying?
Well, I assume he's paying you separately, but he paid me, so that's why I'm contacting you now.
Okay.
Quick flashback. He did actually give you the money. You never asked for it.
For his money?
He never gave you the upfront.
Yeah.
You
I
just
took
sent
it.
him out.
Oh, I assume that I took it because I wrote it down here.
You wrote it down, but it never happened. You never said, hey, can I have that money?
Well, okay then.
So will he be paying?
Yeah, he said he'll pay us up front. I got his contact information.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, so more. Why don't you just come by my office?
Yeah, it works. All right, I'll see you in like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, close.
And then he'll kind of like immediately, as soon as he hangs up that, he'll pick up and dial the police department to try and get a handle on his friend Jackie.
Oh, excellent. I thought you were
I
gonna
wasn't
call
just
him-
calling the police
Hey,
on
guys.
him. I saw your face.
Hey, a weird guy just called me. But okay, so your friend Jackie will pick up, and you'll hear the sound of kind of like ringing in the background, and people like shuffling around, and you'll hear Jackie go, "Hey, who is it?"
Hey Jack, it's Maddie.
No, Matt. How's it going?
Good, how you doing?
I'm all right. A little busy.
You still hopping desks?
let's not talk about that right now. What do you need, Matt?
Yeah, I need information. I got a guy named Ulysses. Something shady going on at his house.
Do we have a last name?
I didn't get a last name, but with a name like Ulysses, there ain't a whole lot of them.
I mean, I can look for you.
I assume it ain't the president.
He turns
former
around.
president.
You hear him turn quickly and goes, "Hey, do you got anything about Ulysses?" Someone's getting to me. He's like, "Any other information? A house in Ulysses? Like, I need something."
I got a guy coming over to give me more information a little later, but I figure anything I could bring before then, just to make sure that this is not on the up and up, and that is in fact something worth my time.
Oh, okay. I can, if you swing by the office at some point, I can give you a file, any file that I can find on Ulysses. How's that sound?
All right, sounds good, buddy.
All right, and then he'll hang up.
Yeah, and so then Matt will kind of go and brew up some coffee and kind of wait for his friend here to arrive.
Okay. So, I assume you'll head to
Yep.
Matt Steele's.
My hat and jacket.
Perfect. So you show up to Steele Investigations. You
Yeah,
said?
well, it's just an apartment building. And then
Like a
you
true
see-
investigator.
You see on the apartment door
It's right above my apartment.
that says Steel Investigations on like a piece of paper that is taped to the door.
Oh, okay.
Because Matt Steele's
Man operates just like me.
and he'll open the door. So Matt Steele, just for kind of context, at this point he's not quite as old. So he's kind of you said it was 1920.
1920.
So he's about 36 years old. He's got blackish hair. It's probably got a few dots of gray at this point, just from his career of choice. He has like a 5 o'clock shadow, but it's a maintained 5 o'clock shadow. Like he chooses to have this 5 o'clock shadow, and he kind of wears like a dress shirt, but it's never tucked or groomed correctly, and almost always kind of messy. Khakis, and he's got one of those like not generic, but there's like signature journalist coats, like the brown overcoat. And he wears a little hat. And so he pulls the door open, and he goes, Mr. O'Reilly.
Yeah, and I guess for context for what Ben O'Reilly looks like, he's a clean-cut 25-year-old man, well-groomed, same kind of journalistic kind of vibe to him and overcoat.
Stole my clothes.
Yeah, he stole my office.
Come on in, bud. He'll kind of guide you in, and you can tell that this is very much just his apartment, that he moved things around to look like an office. He's got
I know this scene.
Yeah, he's got like a little desk that clearly is meant to be light so that he can move it easily. And then there's like off to the side is a kitchen, and he kind of sits you at what is almost like the kitchen table. And he'll kind of hand you some good bit of coffee.
Yeah, I already had 3 cups, but what's the 4th one?
Oh my God. There's a bathroom around the corner for when that hits you.
Perfect.
All right, so what you got for me, Mr. O'Reilly?
Yeah, so this Ulysses, he's a sandy blonde looking fella. He's kind of scrawny. He said that the police had, and I had him, the police have quarantined his house, and he's looking to get some of his items back that they won't let him get.
Okay.
No.
Last name?
Just got a first name.
New to this business, huh? All right, so
I got his phone number, though. That's all good.
to the house that he's not allowed to go into?
Yep.
Gotcha. New to this business, huh?
Yeah, it was first thing in the morning. It's my people call your people kind of deal.
Sure, yeah. Well, that ain't a lot to go on. Any more information? Maybe why they're quarantining his house?
Well, he said that he doesn't know either, and to contact you. So here we are.
Make it an intelligence roll, because I think this is funnier than it should be.
By one.
Oh yeah,
Failed by one.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay, you don't remember. He did tell you, but you don't remember.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we don't know why his house is being quarantined by the police, and he's blonde.
There was a murder. I know that.
Okay, so is his house being quarantined due to the murder?
Presumably so.
Okay.
He had a brink of inspiration.
You need a minute there, sir?
This coffee's
Mr.
hitting
O'Reilly?
strong.
I didn't put nothing in yours.
I put something in mine.
Yeah, all right. So, murder of a family member, and then a police quarantine that's not been lifted. That's the story here.
That's the spiel.
Well, and Matt will kind of take out this little silver tin that he like flips open. He's got some cigarettes and he'll kind of light one. Like most of the stories I follow, there's nothing to go on. But I have friends. So
It's definitely interesting that they quarantine him for murder.
not the weirdest thing I've seen.
No, not
to be
it's
fair.
the whole building's quarantined, not just a.
That is
scene.
Well, okay. So I guess question for clarification because
Yes.
I'm a little confused. Is it his house,
So
or is it a like apartment?
with a quick lookup of the location, you can find that it is an apartment complex.
Oh, I thought it was like his estate.
No. It is a full apartment complex that was all shut down due to the murder of a
And
family
everyone was
member.
like displaced in the meantime. Well, yeah, that is a little strange. Well, and strange is my specialty. Okay, well, he's gonna kind of he'll stand up and go. No sense sitting in the old building. Ain't gonna get us nowhere.
What are your reputable skills while we're on this topic?
What are my skills?
Yeah.
What is this, a job interview? You already called for my help. Let's
I
go.
just come as a point of contact.
He goes, you got a car?
Nope, walked here.
Oh my god. All right, we'll go to the police
Get a
department.
taxi.
All right.
And so yeah, Matt will kind of pop his hat on and open the door to you and kind of gesture for you to follow him. And then you'll see he kind of takes the sign off the door to let people know that he's closed, as if anyone's coming to check. And he kind of scoots it off onto the couch and then shuts and locks his apartment.
Efficient.
And he's like, all right, we'll go. Our first stop, unless you object, is the NYPD precinct around the corner. I got a friend there that might have more information.
Perfect.
All right. So you guys will head out to the police department, which, like I said before through the phone call, is rather busy. People are like running in and out left and right. You're allowed in, like
Yeah,
most
public
departments. You just walk up to the counter person.
So I'll walk up to the receptionist. Doris!
Oh, it's Matt. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? How's the kid?
She's been good. She's been a little rowdy. Rambunctious little 3-year-old. But other than that, it's been good.
They say it's the joy of life or whatever. Listen, is Jackie at his desk?
Jackie's here. He said that you'd be coming through, and she looks at your friend and goes, and I see you brought somebody new today.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
ma'am.
is Benjamin O'Reilly.
Well, nice,
Ben for short.
nice to meet you, Benjamin.
Ben.
Yes. Okay, Ben.
There you
It's
go.
nice to meet you, Ben.
Nice to meet
and
you, too.
she'll say, "Oh, Jackie's right over there," very clearly wanting this conversation to be over.
Yeah. He'll kind of walk on to Jackie's desk, I guess, at this point. Yeah.
So Jackie sits on is basically like the middle of a sea of a bunch of average people. Like he's very clearly in the center desk where like
The least important desk.
exactly he's
Yeah.
like okay. When they were trying to assign him, they were like, "This is going to be your desk because any other desk would feel too important." So
Yeah, well, you know how cop shows, you see like it's just a room with no like cubicles or anything, it's just a bunch of desks in a room.
Yep, and he's sitting right in the center amongst a bunch of like phone operators.
Yeah. So I'll kind of walk over to him. Hey, Jackie.
Hey.
This is Mr. O'Reilly,
How do you do?
Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. O'Reilly.
fellow photographer.
Okay. Well, he says, looking back at you, Matt, and he says, "Well, I pulled up some information about Ulysses. You said a house, so I'm going to assume."
I don't think I said a house because I didn't know it at the time.
You said your words were Ulysses and something about a house, and then that was
Well, I did know it at the time.
it. So he
It's
said,
a whole apartment building.
Yeah, we learned it's not a house; it's an apartment building.
"Oh, okay. Well." He said, "I looked back at some of the stuff, and it looks like you're talking about a man named Ulysses. Where did I put it? Ulysses Gorgon. And
Gorgon?
Gorgon, yep. Spelled Gorgain, Gorgain or Gorgon." He goes, "So, Ulysses Gorgon is the son of 2 archaeologists who ended up being killed in a very horrible accident that the police are investigating." And he says, so that's just kind of the synopsis on him. And he hands you an actual dossier file.
Right.
And he says, in here is just like some of Ulysses' past jobs, things of that nature, what he's doing now, or like generally what he's doing now. Obviously, it's a little out of date because he not every time he does something is the law watching him.
Right.
But generally, it should contain a little bit more on that.
All right. So I'll kind of look around and then covertly slip him like $5 because that's per the arrangement.
And he'll take it not so covertly because he's not known for his subtlety, but he grabs it and he goes, "Thanks." And you watch him as he kind of fumbles it off the desk a little bit and stuffs it in his pocket and goes, "But yeah, so any other questions I can realistically answer for you guys?" And he looks over at you, Ryan, and says, "Hey, I didn't actually introduce myself. My name is Jackie. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm
I'm
a
gonna shake
longtime
his hand.
friend of Matt's, and I assume you are too, or are you a new acquaintance?"
New acquaintance.
This here's Jack Wilson. Mark my words. Be one of the best police officers in this department by the end.
I feel like he gives you like that half-ass finger gun where he's like, "Hey," but he
Nah, he's a good cop. He does good.
he looks at you and he says, "So wonderful to meet you, but if Matt brought someone else in, I assume is this your case? Like, you the one that asked to look for all this, or is it a
Yeah, so I had a
kind of collab?"
Ulysses actually reached out to me. He's the client.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I ask what he's looking for?
So he's looking to get some of his stuff back. That place is obviously quarantined, and he has a few family items he'd like possession of back.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't really say much on that. I don't have jurisdiction over what the police are doing currently, but I can tell you that we've dedicated a lot of time and money to the investigation there. So I think that's rather important. But he says, anything I can answer for you then? Because if you've talked to the client, I assume that you know more.
He said that there's interesting things going down there, and I was wondering if maybe our press passes, or we could get a press pass to go.
You have a press pass?
I'm asking for one now.
I'll let you take the lead on that one. Chief and I don't really get eye to eye on things due to a few incidents where I didn't have a press pass and maybe should have.
That's why they're good.
In the meantime, I'll go do something more useful.
No, I get you. Okay, so he stands up and walks over to the door.
Matt's going to try to shrink down somewhere. He knows that him and the commissioner don't exactly like each other.
Why don't you give me like a form of a stealth roll?
Yeah, he's going to try and kind of make his presence not super obvious.
You're going to look nonchalant, basically.
Yeah. But that's a 56, which is not a pass.
Okay, so you kind of like try to slump down in your seat, not knowing that that isn't like.
But
the
he
best.
just can't resist lighting a cigarette.
So
You can smoke in buildings back then, so. Yeah.
Well, it's not about that. It's
Yeah.
just about like that's a signature thing for Matt. I feel like.
So, you'll see that Jackie will turn around and like motion for both of you. He'll be like pointing inside. He's like, "Hey, the commissioner will go see you."
Matt will slap you on the back firmly and go, "All you, buddy." Best if I sit this one
Well,
out.
I'm gonna walk that way.
Walk that way. Okay. So you'll walk into the commissioner's room, which is a very nice room. It's got a bookshelf. It's got several like papers that are like strewn about on his desk. You also can see that he's got like multiple chairs sitting there. The commissioner himself is a pretty like big and burly man. Looks very. He's got like that resting, like angry face at all times.
Mahogany, like executive desk deal.
Yeah,
No,
like
it's plastic.
like a very strong like wooden desk.
We're not talking about your office.
He looks up from you. He's got like short cut hair and everything, and he looks at you and goes, "I thought there was two."
Yeah, he had to take a call.
All right, what can I help you with?
Yes, Commissioner Wells. Name is Ben O'Reilly. I hope you've heard of me. Hope you haven't in a bad way, but you know.
I do know you.
Oh, convenient.
He looks at you and goes, "I've heard of you before. I've seen some of your like photography and such."
Oh, that's good. I hope it was good. Yeah, so I was hoping that maybe we could get some press passes to this latest quarantine building. Sounds like a good scoop.
Are you talking about the Gorgon family?
Yeah.
No.
May I ask why not?
And he looks at you very, very like quietly or very intensely
Quietly.
and says, "No."
Well,
You may, however, go to the scene and take photos on the outside. You may not go in for any reason otherwise, as it is still an active investigation. We don't want anyone contaminating any of the things that
the
are happening.
scene, right? Okay, I gotcha. So about an honesty policy, you know. Ulysses Gorgon, sorry. He reached out to me recently, and he's been trying to. He told me on like a one-off conversation. He's trying to get some family items back.
Is he a young man, kind of
Sandy blondish hair.
kind of skinny?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been bothering us to get in there for many days, and it's been an active annoyance to every officer currently working there. So, no, to you and him.
Okay, well that's as much as I can do.
So while that's going on, it's Matt time. He's gonna do his thing. I think he's going to nonchalantly circle now that he is fairly confident that the commissioner is busy. Commissioner Wells is not watching. I think he's going to kind of... I don't know if this is going to be a charm or a persuasion, however you want to rule it. But basically, he wants to schmooze the officers. Like, he knows a lot of these guys. He's friends with a lot of these guys.
Met him before, yeah.
He wants to kind of... I guess charm is what I'm going for. Smooth talk them a little bit, but while he's smooth talking them and chatting with them, he's like trying to look at their desk and see if he can find any information, but not make it apparent that that's what he's doing.
Okay, so why don't you recommend me a skill you think that will fall under?
I'm torn. So on charm, my thought is that if you want me to, if it's the charm that's maybe not going to work, then that would be my thought. Like, he's trying to get these guys to stop focusing for a minute. Kind of like magician-like, or spot hidden if the information's not like readily available.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you going to be talking to people?
Yeah. He's gonna go up and be like, Johnson, how you doing, man?
Then do charm.
Basic success.
Okay, so you go up and talk to one of the many cops that you have.
Bukowski, my man.
Bukowski.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, brother, what's going on? He says.
He's from Jamaica.
And he goes, how can I help you?
Just, hanging out around the station. I figured I'd check in on my favorite Fifth Avenue, and he kind of punches him in the shoulder.
Wow, well, little did you know that I'm still working the streets.
Yeah, Fifth Avenue. I remember.
Well, not anymore. I'm actually down the block on, I believe it's Mooresville.
Mooresville Avenue, or...
No, Street Mooresville Street.
No.
A little bit outside the city, just like barely.
Okay, so nicer, worse? I know that Fifth was a little rough.
I think the commissioner doesn't like me very much.
So less action or more? Or was that
a lot less action?
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, hey, a peaceful night's a good thing though for a cop sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but not. I like myself a little bit of action.
That's true. You got to earn those stripes.
So while this conversation goes on, you can actually... So what are you trying to spot specifically?
Like notes on the case, any information that isn't maybe out in the public, that he can like see on a file on a desk. Like maybe if Bukowski's got like, hey, we think this is connected to this case, or hey, all officers, here's some basic information that you need to know about this case.
Okay, so...
Something that the public wouldn't get.
I'll give you two things.
Okay.
So one... there isn't like an all officers notification kind of deal, almost like a push notification on the phone, but not. It's on a piece of paper. It's supposed to be
APB.
It
Memos,
says,
I believe, is what those are called.
It says, unless directly assigned, stay away from the location of the apartment complex.
Okay.
Second thing is said, these cops shall not be associated with at this time due to their involvement with the case. And the cops are as follows.
Involved officers, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, involved officers.
Okay.
So you have Sidney Huff, Kyle Yams, Tyler Peterson, and then three names without last names, which are Brian, Wendy, and Pat.
I assume around now is when he'll be emerging.
Oh, it depends. Is your conversation over? Did you have anything else you wanted to try, or were you just going to walk out after talking to Pat?
Well, there's nothing you can do for me.
I don't.
No question.
I don't know what you want me to do for you. I can't grant you a press pass. You're not allowed on the site. Not until the investigation is mostly concluded and we are sure that there's no more evidence. And then he looks at you and he says, "What did Ulysses want again?"
He just said some family items.
He wants family items?
Like at the establishment place.
Did he tell you which items?
No. Just family.
Okay. Well, he said, and he looks at you and says, "Just go back to Ulysses and tell him that you can't do anything. Cops won't let you in." And then he sits back. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that'll do. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Have a good day.
I open the door and leave.
Okay. And then you'll walk out and you'll see Matt Steele talking to a wonderful man who is like just chatting about how he just likes where he was placed for the week.
You know, Bukowski, you're a good officer. I think you put in some time over. It was Mooresville Street, Mooresville Lane, whatever. Mm-hmm. You do some work over there. You do a good job. He'll put you back in. He's probably just upset about the whole fire on Fifth thing and how
I didn't mean to shoot them. Like, it just happened, man.
Yeah, but it was a fire call. Like you understand how taking your gun out was a little bit of a weird choice, right?
He like looks defeated. He's like, I get that it was strange, but they could have hurt me. Like, what could I have done?
I get it, but maybe just in the future, and then I'll look over and be like, my friend's back. But chin up, bud. I think you'll get back on fifth for long.
He'll like take the papers in on his desk and like stack them in a pile and then put them in a folder and goes, well, I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later, and then he'll walk out.
And then I'll kind of circle back to Ben. Be like, anything good?
Nope, his lips are tied.
Yeah, he's about as fun as a wet blanket. I got some information though.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, let's step outside, prop. So I'm gonna kind of walk over. Before we go outside, I guess we'll circle back kind of by Jackie's desk. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, Jackie, I'm going. Quick question, though.
What's
Got
up?
some names I need help with.
Oh, okay.
Brian, Wendy, and Pat.
Brian.
They're officers here, to my understanding. Any idea who that might be? I mean, it's a big department, so I get it.
I don't know anybody named by those names, if I'm being entirely honest.
Oh.
I mean, Pat. The only Pat I know is Pat Wells.
Yeah, that's the chief.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only Pat I know. Other than that, no, I don't know the other two names.
All right. No, long shot. Well, you take care, Jackie. You go and you get yourself some good dinner and say hi to the fiance for me.
He leans back and is like, I'll talk to you soon, Matt.
So yeah, once we get out and kind of away from the police department a little bit, Matt will pull you aside and go, all right, I got some information.
Shoot.
Police sent out a memo that I saw on that guy's desk. Two things. All officers who are not directly assigned to the case are to avoid the scene, which is a little weird. Usually, I mean, they don't want extra people stomping around, but to tell them specifically to avoid it's a little weird.
So and then hush-hush from the commissioner, too.
Yeah. And then second, we got some involved officers who are not allowed to work the case. Again, all officers are to avoid it, but these ones, I guess, are not specifically allowed to do any, like, not allowed to be assigned to this case particularly.
So Wells seemed a little unhinged on the whole
Wells
topic.
is always unhinged.
Yeah, but a little bit more so than usual, I would say.
Could
be.
A little
squint.
Well, one of the names is Pat, and the only Pat that I'm or Jackie is aware of is the guy there.
I haven't heard of a Pat. Can I use?
What was that?
I think of the police names I've spoken with over my time here.
Oh, like officers you worked with?
Yeah, I could just tell you wholesale that you probably don't know anyone named Pat aside from Pat Wells.
I guarantee it's probably Wells.
I can't guarantee it's him, but if nothing else, it's weird. So that leaves us kind of two choices that I could think of. I'm open to suggestions.
You look at the white pages.
Either we go straight to the crime scene and just try to schmooze our way in the door, or we try and find some of these officers and talk to them first.
Wells said that he was okay with us just going down there and taking an outside looking in kind of view of it. So we can just take
some photos of the exterior of the building, I'm sure.
Yeah, see if we can.
If that's what you want,
some images.
I'm here to help.
Let's play it a little bit within the law for now.
Oh, fun. You're a good reporter, let me tell you. All right, fine. We'll do it the right way.
We'll take it steps.
So I think with that, we'll kind of
go to the
head
apartment.
towards the
location.
Yeah, the crime scene.
Okay, so you'll head to the apartment complex. Ironically, on 5th Street. But so you show up, and it's pretty apparent quickly as you like approach this building that it is indeed quarantined. Like they are like several feet out with like police tape, and surrounding the building you see about 5 or so cops just hanging out, and then like you watch us 2 like walk in, the other 3 stay at the perimeter, so on and so forth.
Matthew will take up his camera and take a photo of the exterior.
Yep, so you get a nice photo of the building itself.
Yeah.
Take a photo more aimed at the cops, but not trying to like directly point at them, you know?
Yeah, roll me a photography roll. I feel like that's an appropriate use because you're trying to be sneaky with your photography.
That's clever.
47, which is a normal success.
Normal success? Excellent. So,
Friends put it next year.
Yeah, you can you aim your camera up, and then you just like tilt it down for the photo, and like shoot it back up so no one sees it, and it's a good photo.
Develop these later.
So what's your plan, guys?
Do I recognize any of these cops?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, we can see if We can see if any of them are here, but since they're supposed to not be, I guess maybe
They have badges, right? We just see their number.
they have numbers, but I don't have an
Make
index
me a
of
spot hidden roll.
all the police numbers. Is that group or one of us?
You both can make one.
36. So basic or normal success.
And Matt Steele. Did you get a success?
Nah, I got failure.
Okay. So what you can see is that they don't actually have badges on. They have the uniform, but the badges are missing. They're not wearing them openly.
Uniform still says NYPD though.
Yeah,
Okay.
sales says NYPD. Everything else for it, they have the vest, they have like the belt with all their utensils. So I'm going to call weapons.
Utensils.
But they like specifically have removed the badge.
I think they're supposed to have their badges on at all times. No.
Generally.
Yeah. So put up a complaint to the PD.
Oh my God. So Matt will kind of rub his temple. He'll go, "When did you start being a journalist, there, bud?"
I'm a freelance photographer, but I did some articles about
Neither of those answers.
past, I guess, 5 years.
That explains it. All right. I'll let you in on a little secret here. You're never going to get any good information if you keep following, we'll call it the right way to do things.
Oh, I'm just starting with the right way. We'll get the more in the weeds kind of way later.
Yeah, well, if we file a complaint to the PD, I guarantee you we'll be nowhere near this building for the rest of the time that they're working on it. I think maybe the
This is
better
after
option.
the investigation thing.
Yeah, maybe the better option if we're going to go this angle right now is go inside, or we can ask about these officers. Either one.
We'll go ahead and talk to one of them officers.
Well, we don't know if they're here. We could try and find them.
I'm going to just talk to the ones up there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you want to try and work our way into the building, or do you want to try and ask them about these other officers?
Let me ask about the other officers.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna approach. So there's a female and two males.
I'll walk up to the female.
Okay. Hello.
Evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How can I help you, sir?
Name's Matt Steele.
Matt Steele. Nice to meet you. My name is Sydney.
Sydney. Good. Huff?
Oh yes.
Oh, look. Yeah, I'm friends with Jackie down at the station precinct there.
Excellent.
So, well, you probably not have heard of me, but I'm a reporter, and he kind of gestures to the general camera. He goes, "I'm just ask a few light questions, if that's all right."
Sure. Yeah, you can ask me a couple questions.
I guess first, just for record reasons, do you have a badge number?
Yes, but currently the badge is in repair as it was damaged in a shotgun shell. So,
Oh, wow. Do you know the number at least?
the number is 314.
And so he'll kind of take out a little notepad and just scribble. He'll write that down. But, like,
He'll scribble in there and then show it to her and be like, "Do you like this?"
is this you? He goes, all right. Now, give us a little comment on what's going on.
I cannot at this moment. I'm sorry. The workings of this are very delicate, and we'd like to keep everyone we can out of like questioning. We don't need a lot of press and people here as much as we can keep out. So I would like to not make a comment on that at this time, sir.
Okay, all right, I understand. And so he'll kind of scribble some more. He'll be like, so there's nothing, not even a prepared public statement or anything you could give that would, just something here. I mean, people are afraid.
She goes, our best public statement that we will give at this time is we're very sorry for the family members of these victims.
Okay.
Ben O'Reilly. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
Miss Huff. Or Officer Huff, whatever you prefer.
You can call me Sydney if you'd like.
We'll do, Sydney. Could you tell us anything about the people that live here? Would that be
There's a lot of people that live here.
like the two that
Victims,
the
I
victims?
believe.
Yeah.
I can tell you that they are part of the Gorgon family. Their family was part of an archaeology expedition. I don't know if they were entirely archaeologists, but they were part of an archaeology expedition, from what my knowledge tells me.
An expedition, you say? Okay.
So her badge is not on her, but I assume her uniform is still like her uniform, as far as I can tell.
Yep.
So what is her rank? She's like a private corporal.
She'd be the equivalent to a beat cop.
So like a private or corporal. Okay. So knowing that cops don't make a ton of money, and that I don't have a ton of money, Matt's gonna kind of, give the side eye, kind of look around the street, maybe like light a cigarette as he kind of goes to talk to her. He'll kind of offer her out one.
No, I don't smoke.
All right. He'll kind of fold it up and stick it in his pocket. And he'll kind of puff on it a time or two to get it going, and he'll be like, so, listen, he goes, I understand on the record, right? Not much you could say. He goes, so I get that. Then he'll do the classic reporter trick of folding the notebook and putting it in his pocket,
Right.
and going, but off record, just one hardworking fellow to another. Is there anything you can give me? Maybe won't put it out early. I'll wait till everything's on the up and up, but something that'll get just help me get the paper out just an edge ahead so I can maybe start making more of a impression. He's going to try it as a attempt of persuasion.
Yeah. Give me a persuasive roll.
48, that's a pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
She
It's a
goes,
normal pass.
I will not make any more statements, but I will offer you a chance for at least a minute or so. You can come in and you can look. How's that sound?
So is it an open invite for 2?
No. She smiles and says, yes, you can go in.
Appreciate you, man.
And so she'll move aside the quarantine tape, and then she will walk you through the building. So everybody make me a power roll. So both of you, as you are walking through, it is windy inside a building. Windy inside a building. You
There's a
hear
draft in here.
aggressive amounts of wind that are being pushed through, and it's not like it sounds like it's almost like you're in a tornado, but it's really loud. And as you're walking, she goes, sorry, it's the air conditioning's really bad in here and it's kind of out of control.
Is it cold? Like, what's the ambient temperature?
No, it's
just
pretty normal actually.
Kind of like you're standing outside in a summer when a thunderstorm's coming, right? Like
Yeah.
that heavy
Warm wind.
but it's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it room temperature kind of?
I would say warm is better the way to put it, right?
Warm, windy. All right. AC, huh? It's on the fritz, it looks like.
It's been real bad, and she says, and rubs her head
it's easy,
in
man.
a kind of like a sweat removing thing. So you guys will go up, unless you guys have anything else to say to her, or you'll move up 3 stairs.
No,
Or 3 flights of stairs.
I think Matthew's just ready.
So, okay. This is just the normal entrance, like lobby.
Yeah, so everything looks normal in
Okay.
here generally. I mean, abandoned but normal.
I'll wait till we get to the actual place.
Excellent. On the 3rd floor, you will walk down a row of doors on either side, and then you come down about the 5th door on your right. She'll point in and say, "That's it. I'm going to time you."
What's the apartment number?
The apartment number is 352.
Good for you for remembering the 3 is the floor, because I always fuck that up.
Unless you're in
you.
Britain.
Yeah.
That's 0.
Yeah. But... Okay.
So she says, "You got a minute? You can go in there." And she will hand you a piece of paper, and she's just gonna write SH on it, and she'll hand it to you and say, "There's gonna be another cop in there. Just hand this to him, and if he asks you why you're there, because we're not supposed to let people in there, and he'll understand that it's from me."
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna stand outside because I have to explain it to the other one as well.
Okay. Thank you.
So, and she says, "You got a minute."
So yeah, I'll kind of quickly move in.
Okay. So, the second you guys open the door, you are hit with the smell of decay, and both of you see on the floor in the living room. So it opens up into the living room, like an actual apartment. You just swing open the door, and then there's
Like a
the living
studio?
room. Yeah, kind of like a studio apartment. And there are 2 bodies there, and they are both flat. It looks like they were compressed into a 2D shape.
Like supernaturally flat, or are they just crushed by something?
They look like they were crushed so violently that they became almost like paper on the ground.
Okay.
Ran over by a flattener in a cartoon.
So, both of you, I know you both work in a cult, and or both work in just in general work. How often do you see dead bodies?
Not a flattened.
Yeah, I
nature.
think for anyone, this is kind of gruesome.
Sanity roll.
12. It's a hard pass.
Good job.
86.
That sounds like a
That's
fail
a
to me.
fail to me.
All right, so you will lose 2 sanity.
So I think as Matt kind of comes in and he sees this, he'll oh god, and he'll kind of whip out that handkerchief and cover his. I'm not gonna cover my mouth because you can't hear me, but he'll cover his mouth with a handkerchief
I will muffle your audio from this
and
point
just kind of
forward.
be like, "Good God, what?
So
It's fucked up."
So that is what you initially see. You can see that there are probably 2 other rooms on either side. Both of them are closed, and then like a small kitchen in the living room.
So they're flattened, but the floor, does it look like it was flattened in like a
Like
shape?
the floor was compressed or anything? No.
Yeah. Okay.
The floor actually looks fairly intact.
I'm going to kind of scan the room because there's supposed to be another officer in here, right?
Yes. So you can make me a listen roll instead, because you look around the room, he's not there, but you can make me a listen roll
I'm
instead.
very good at that. No, I think I'm too off put by the corpses.
So, yeah, so you hear nothing.
Okay, so then I think Matthew's first instinct is to take a photo of the bodies.
Okay, so, yep, you can take a photo of them.
Is that like a roll or do I just...
No, you're good. They're not moving.
Well, I didn't assume, but I didn't know.
Yeah, no,
I'll
you're
do
good.
that too.
Okay, and then he'll kind of turn to Ben and go, all right, we got to make the best of this minute. I'm going to living room if you want to check the other rooms.
All right.
Okay.
Or you check one and we'll meet up in the other.
So, we'll start with Ben. Which room you want to go, right or left?
Left.
Left room? So, you swing open the door. In there is kind of like a 2-part bedroom. So, it's like you see the bed and then like the bathroom side over.
These are nicer than my bedrooms. Does it look well kept, or like did they just get up, or there was made?
It looks unkept. It looks like they just had. If this all happened like 5 minutes ago, it looks like they just threw open the sheets, left it on the edge of the bed, and then hopped down and so forth.
So in a
Crushed to
hurry
death in the
looking.
living room.
Yeah.
Yes, and they crushed it definitely.
So very much in a hurry. All right. I guess I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for, but I guess I can maybe a spot hidden to get a see if I
Sure.
see anything.
Yeah. You give me a spot hidden.
Kind of looking over. It looks like they got in a hurry. That's all I know for now. I'm gonna use 4 luck
Okay.
to make that a success. I think it's 4.
Okay. Yep. So 4 luck and a success. You, as you're kind of like rummaging through their stuff and looking around, you look at the bed and you realize there's so the bed sheets are white, and you notice that there are black spots, like very small black spots that are.
I'll take a picture.
Yeah. And was that a hard success or was it just a normal success? Normal success. So we'll start with that. You just got the black spots. I'm going to say 2 more actions to do things in here, and then we're going to go to Matt.
So this is a bathroom in here.
It's a closed door, but yeah, it's a bathroom.
I'm gonna open the bathroom door.
All right. So do me a favor and roll me a power roll, but with disadvantage.
So I roll 2 dice.
Yes, you roll 2 dice and you take the lesser of it.
It's 200 dies, right? So 16.
16, and what was the other one?
6.
6. Okay. So you swing open the door. Good job.
One would have been an extreme.
You swing open the door and you see a cop there, who is currently staring into the mirror. And in the as you the door swings open, he turns and looks at you and goes. And you watch as his face is slowly opening porises, and you see actual black ooze spit out of his face.
So I'm gonna take some steps back.
No, you're not doing anything.
Oh,
You're
okay.
rolling me a sanity roll again.
I was like, all right, I thought the power would help that. A hard success on that. Fail.
Oh, no.
Oh, fail. All right. As a D6 of sanity, which is 2. So you lose 2 more sanity. As you watch this and his face starts dissolving effectively, now you may do what you wished. Also, remind yourself that you are freaking out. That's what the sanity roll does.
So I kind of, I guess, a hasty hurry, just try to snap in and just get out of the room.
Sure. And I'm going to say, since you passed the power roll me a photography roll, just normal.
77, which is a normal pass.
Normal pass. So, yeah, you snap a photo of him, and then, what, you're going to just turn and run?
Yeah, I'll go back to Matt or someone.
Okay, so you turn tail and run back out the door. So we're going to give you, that was 2 actions he made
So
before?
I'll get 2.
So, yeah, you get 2 in this room before he runs back out at you.
Okay, so I think once he kind of cuts off to step into the other room, Matthew's going to almost lean over the bodies and can I make an occult roll? He's pretty knowledgeable on the occult, so he wants to see if this reminds him of anything he's read, or if he could start to maybe divine, because obviously they were crushed to death, which is not a normal cause of death.
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, and his immediate mind is weird stuff, but no, he didn't pass.
No? Okay, so, yeah, you look at it and you're like, okay, this reminds me of something, but it just seems...
Poltergeist? I don't know.
yeah, it kind of Could be the Sasquatch for all I know.
No, nothing distinct enough for that. And then I would like to. What else is in the living room?
So
Besides the bodies?
it's the couch, the bodies. Obviously, they have several drawers, like family drawers, and the actual like kitchen is connected to the living room.
Like a dresser. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of like more
Like an end
more
table?
like an entertainment stand with like drawers on it.
Okay, I think he would probably try to quickly just like peek in them.
Okay, so yeah, give me the spot hidden roll. Give me that also knowledgeable spot hidden roll.
Okay. 45 is a pass, normal.
Okay, so you as you're like rifling through it, you can see that there is a name written on a piece of paper scrawled very hastily in blood, and it is the name of Kyle Moore.
Kyle Moore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Moore, and it looks like it was just jammed in there, either before or after their death.
In blood.
In blood
Okay.
or dried blood.
Okay. And so yeah, I'll kind of like.
And with that, as you like look at it, the door to the bedroom re-swings open as you see Ben hurriedly rush out.
I went to the bathroom in the bedroom, and
Okay.
the officer was in the bathroom, and he looked at me, and his face was melting.
So I think Matthew's gonna kind of raise a curious eyebrow, but not necessarily a disbelieving eyebrow.
So
So he'll put the paper back in the drawer and like shut it, and he'll walk towards the bathroom.
So as you like put it in and shut it and turn, you see a cop step out and very normal is like, "Hello, you two. I hope you know you're not supposed to be in here."
Oh, you are.
The one I saw in the bathroom, or some other cop?
It looks like it without the holes.
Okay, yeah.
I've got a few guesses on who you might be.
Okay.
As, I take out the other piece of paper that Sydney gave us,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I hand it to him.
He goes, "Oh, okay." And he stuffs it in his
So
pocket.
would you be Kyle or would you be Tyler?
My name is actually Kyle.
Hams?
Yams, yep.
Yeah. Yams.
Hams.
Gotcha.
I could go for some names.
He goes, I'm Matthew Steele. This is a
Ben O'Reilly.
colleague of mine, Ben. We're just looking around with Sydney's permission.
Oh yeah, and he looks at you and obviously looks at the piece of paper that you handed him, puts it back in his pocket, and he goes, "No, I completely understand." And he says, "How long did she give you?"
She said a minute, and I figure it's been about 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's just like, by all means, if she let you in here, then I'm cool with it. Same rank as her, by the way, beat cop, basically,
Yeah, corporal or
private
whatever.
corporal, and
Low rank.
He goes, "Would it be more help or less help if I stood in here? Do you want me to step out?"
You want to ask him questions while I look, or vice versa?
Yeah, we still got the other room, so you can go look in the other room, and I'll ask him a question.
Okay, so I'll kind of tip my hat towards him and say, I appreciate your candor, and then I'll step into the one room we haven't looked in.
Yeah,
I
he'll
can-
wink at you. Go ahead. What question? do you
Helm,
have?
right? Helms, right? Yams?
Yams?
Yams.
Kyle Yams?
Okay, it was, yeah, that was a joke.
No, my name is not a joke, sir.
I think in my head. We came in here and didn't see you. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
Outside, like you, I assume.
Outside. Oh,
I was assigned to work here, so.
that's fair. All right. Well, you got any inside scoop in here? Got any off the record things you want to talk about?
No,
Okay. Well,
I don't want to talk about things off the record.
how about on the record?
Okay, ask me a question.
So, I see that the victims here were flattened in their flat. So,
Looks to be.
could you, do you have any ideas of how this happened?
Well, if I had to take a guess, he says they were definitely flattened. I would assume crushed by something heavy. Mm-hmm. And he looks back at the bodies, look back at you, and he goes, "That is as far as I've gotten."
So, how tall is the ceiling? Is it like 7 foot?
It's the average, so yeah, it's about 8 feet.
And
Not much drop room for a heavy object.
No, but if the attacker knocked them to the ground and then dropped something on them repeatedly, it would eventually flatten them.
That's a lot of force.
That is a lot of force. Hence why this is an ongoing investigation. We haven't solved it yet.
So the murder weapon would have to be the size of 2 adult bodies.
He looks at you for a second and he goes, "No, it could be a lot of things. It could be the size of a bowling ball and just dropped multiple times on the person until they were that way. Or it could have been the size of 2 people or the size of 1 person or somewhere in between."
So the people that lived either. So this is the third floor, so the topmost floor, right? Or is there another floor above?
There's a couple more floors
Okay.
above you.
So on the people that lived in the rooms above and below, did they hear any noises? Anything at all?
So according to what my colleague gathered, no, they didn't hear anything.
So right above me would be 452,
Yes.
and then below would be 252. Okay.
Yes. That's how numbers work, I think.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. I don't know if you mix it up. Like,
Unknowable.
well, Mountaineer Hall was like that.
Yeah.
It was backwards. Yeah, okay. Do you happen to know the names of the people above and below this room?
Do I know the names?
Yeah.
No.
The witnesses? I don't know if they'll be witness.
I don't know off the top of my head.
All right, maybe Sydney might know. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yes.
And I kind of just like look weird off.
So do you want me to stay or do you want me to go?
I'm not trying to impede your investigation, so you can go on to what you're doing.
Okay. I was just going to wait for you guys. And then he like walks casually towards the door.
Okay. So
all
I'll
right.
be back
So
with Matt.
Matt,
Yeah.
as
So
he starts
I-
that conversation.
As I hear him fumbling, I'm back. Jesus. So I'll look into the what was this third room? It was another bedroom, or
It looks like a full storage room, which they have turned into kind of like a mini art room.
okay. So I'm gonna start looking around. Storage turned art. So I guess I'll look at the art. I'll try and see if maybe there's something going on.
So they have drawn copious amounts of pictures of a silver-looking spire.
Okay.
And when I say copious, I mean like if this was an art room out of a movie, and like they wanted to show you that this guy was an artist, they have like pictures on the wall and things, and it is just over and over again drawn in different like locations. So one's from the front angle and the side angle and then the back angle, and you realize that those are all the same angles for a spire because they look the same, and they've drawn it from all those angles over and over again.
Okay.
Pretty aggressively, actually.
I'm gonna take a photo of the room.
Yep. So yeah, so you can take a photo of the room, and then you got two more things you can do before.
Okay. So there's all the drawings. Is there like a chest or like a desk or something I can dig through?
They do have a disc,
book
yes.
even.
They have a couple like a corner desk kind of deal.
Okay. So I think Matthew will kind of walk over and tug on one of the drawers.
Okay, so yeah, the drawers slide open
Okay, cool.
pretty easily. Give me another spot hidden roll or a comparable thing that you want to try to do.
Let's see. There's nothing like denote like they're not. It's not a bookshelf, right? It's just a desk.
It's a desk, yeah.
So yeah, I'll just look through it. Spot hidden. 44 is a basic success.
Basic success. Okay, so with said basic success, you do find a sketch drawing of what looks to be like three people standing around what looks to be some type of non-Euclidean blob.
Okay. A drawing, you said?
It's a drawing, almost like a sketch. Have you ever seen sketch work?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like that.
Okay. It's like concept art almost.
Abstract art?
Abstract also would work, but it's
is
but it's very much like you can tell that it was meant to be bodies and a some type of blob.
A non-Euclidean blob.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'll kind of look at that and be like, that's okay. Rather strange. And I've got one more thing. There's nothing. Anything else of note?
So, give me not using an action for you. You give me a spot hidden, like a full room spot hidden.
Nah, 83. I think he's just pulled in by I think he's trying to connect the dots between the spire and the blob.
Okay. So yeah, you look around, nothing more of note aside from the room itself.
Okay. So I've gotten a photo of the room. I've gotten this blob thing. Sketch. I don't know that he would take it, but he definitely committed to memory.
You can also
'Cause,
take
like,
a picture of it.
Yeah, I guess you'd take a photo of it.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I got you.
Is there anything else in the room? So nothing else that I can see worth note. Like no desk. It's just a desk and then an easel, I assume. And
Desk,
then
easel,
bunch
the
of
photos
drawings.
hanging up on thing, maybe like a couple of paint cans and things, but aside from that, nothing.
Okay, so I think he would kind of say, "Nah, not so much in here," and so he'll kind of turn back out to the the lobby.
Okay.
Go.
So at that point, he had finished his conversation, and you watch as, the officer walks towards the door, and then just kind of like stands in front of the door.
Okay. So I took a photo of the general crime scene. I took a photo of the bodies. I would like to, kind of on the idea that you went on earlier, Ben, I want to like look at the floor and say it's kind of strange that there's no indentation, right? There's like nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, their bodies are flat. The floor is perfect.
So I'll kind of go to the officer and I'll be like, hey, Kyle, right? Officer Yams.
That's me.
Question. What, do you have a rough idea of what the murder weapon might have been?
So as of this time, I am going to say no.
Okay.
I just asked
My assumption is that he probably took something like a sledgehammer and just beat them into this point. That was my best guess.
Okay, and Matthew will kind of scratch his chin and go, it's a little, the only thing that points out as strange to me is that if I were to hit you, let's say with a sledgehammer, and you were laying on the floor, and I crushed your body to this degree, it would start to damage the floor at some point. But, and he'll kind of gesture to the room, the floor seems untouched.
So, and then you hear the sound of a knocking on the door, and he goes, oh, and he turns and opens it, and Sydney's standing there. And Sydney walks in, and he goes, hi, guys.
Hello.
And he says, how's it going? Is everything still good?
Yeah, I mean, just looking around, so far so good.
So just looking at the scene more closely. So is all of the liquids of the body, is it all like crushed in one area? Like, is it spread out all over the room, or?
So they're crushed into the one area, yes, and the questions of liquids in the body, it's pretty much contained around them. If you see any liquid up,
So nothing on like the wall splattered.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm like, well, so if we were to, like, I don't know, use like an object like a watermelon and hit it with a sledgehammer, I would think some of the insides of the watermelon would be all over the wall. I don't see any blood anywhere.
And he says, yeah, well, that makes sense. And he looks quickly at Sydney and back at you guys.
I'd kind of like to, I would like to use psychology to try and see if we're hitting a nerve. Like, are we digging at a line of questioning that they know and they don't want to tell us, or are we hitting it at a line of questioning that they just are getting nervous because they don't know?
That's fair. Yeah, give me a psychology roll. With advantage, because it was smart and I didn't think about it.
Either way you dice it, no way.
No way?
Matt's good, but he's not that good.
They look very confident, if nothing else.
Yeah.
At least in their defense that they're giving you, they look very confident. And Sydney kind of fills in the gaps and goes, it's kind of hard to determine the murder weapon at this time, but that being said, we're trying our best to find it, hard at work, and that's why we're trying to keep this place as clean as possible so we can figure out exactly how it happened and where, and like who, how, and what. And she looks at you two and goes, that being said, your time is about up, so
Matthew would like to do one last thing if he can. Mm-hmm. I'd like to examine closely the spot in which they died, not moving them, obviously, just from across the room.
Okay.
I'm trying to look for symbols, damage that we didn't see, like maybe it was some kind of pinpoint attack or something that...
I will give you an option because Sydney is going to try to usher you out of the room. So you can either try to convince her to give you that little extra moment to like go back and look, or you can try a disadvantage spot hidden because you are at the door talking to them. So you have to turn quickly and look while she's basically trying to drag you out. So if you can think of something that can let her, either one of you, can distract her just for a second longer to allow for that to happen, or even just convince her.
Did you find the note in the drawer?
What?
So yeah, I'll say that I was looking around and I found a note in a drawer. I didn't want to touch it because of evidence. It's over by the TV, or well, the counter.
Fast talk.
Well, I'm not lying though.
No, the fast talk covers more than just lying.
Yeah, that's fair. No, 91.
91. I did not know of that. And she says, "Can I have it?"
Well, I actually didn't take it. It's in the drawer, but if you want to go look, I'll show you where it is.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that. You failed the fast talk, but I'll accept it because I thought you had it with you.
No. I left it specifically in the drawer so that he didn't take anything.
Okay, so it'll give you a moment. Both of you, I want you to
Reach for the officer's gun.
actually no, you don't have to notice it. So Sydney walks in, Kyle walks out, and the door closes behind him. But she'll walk in farther to go check.
Right, and then as I kind of walk next to her, like I'm trying to show her, I'd like to side-eye the scene there.
I like to actually just look at it.
No, you can give me a spot hidden, and you may also give me a spot hidden, both of you.
No, I'm rolling like doo-doo 81. I'm too caught up in the lie.
Just focus on the convincing.
That is a normal success.
Normal success? Okay. So, while you're looking at the ground for things that of, like, either occult-like nature or just other indicators, you don't see anything there, but what you do see with your spot hidden is a small shadow appear on the other side of the doorway out. And then you hear, with the spot hidden roll, another voice that you don't recognize, and it's just muffled. You just hear it, and it sounds like a small argument, and then that's it.
So can I get closer to the door while he's showing them and just try to listen in more to the argument? Or is it just kind of passing by?
If Matt wants to continue to distract her, yes.
I don't know. How would you try to get him? How would you try to communicate that quietly? Because, like, I don't know that he would just innately know.
I mean, I'm just going to walk up to the door. I don't think they would stop me from trying to go to the door.
Right. But so Ben wouldn't signal anything. He would just
I just kind of walk up and listen.
Matt's got nothing for you then.
Okay, so
he is not aware of the plan.
So then, while you two are talking, she pulls out the note. She goes, "Oh, excellent," she says. And
Does that name mean anything to you?
That name? She says, "Nope, not yet, but I'll find out." And she stuffs it in her pocket and says, "All right, let's get moving."
All right.
And then she turns to walk out as you are going to go for a listen with disadvantage because now they're coming over.
I don't have to be stealthy about it, right?
It's not about being stealthy. You can hear it. It's a disadvantage because they're moving. Moving and talking.
Well, 80, either way you dice it.
Since I don't like rolls communicating what I decide happens and doesn't happen, so as you put your ears up to the door and you hear the voice of another man go, "We don't have to do that right now," and then the door swings open, and on the other side of the door, you see the officer that named himself Kyle, another officer who you do not recognize, and then you see what I'm going to call a dog standing behind him.
A dog
Yes.
standing behind him?
dog.
Yeah, bipedal standing?
Yeah, like bipedal standing behind him.
No, Officer McGruff.
Yes. So, and you will see that, and Kyle will say, "Sorry," and he'll shrug at you, and then the other officer will say, "All right, you got 5 seconds to run," and then he stops, just kind of watches you as Sydney goes, kind of shrugs and pats Matt on the back and goes, "Sorry, brother."
So the McGruff, the crime dog, is going to chase us down the fucking hallway. I don't know. I mean, we're running, I guess.
Yeah. So, so everyone's going to make me a Constitution roll. I will also make one.
Yeah.
Okay.
42 success.
Success?
Normal success.
Normal success?
I failed.
Failed? Okay, so -1 to your movement. Yours is normal movement. I got a +1. What is your movement?
8.
8, yours?
8 with the -1.
8 minus 1? Okay, so you guys will start your sprint down the hallway, or I assume down the hallway.
Yeah, no, I think at that point, Matt, after he gets patted on the back, he's going to kind of grab Ben's arm and, like, just take off.
Take off. So yeah, so you guys start to sprint. You watch as the bipedal dog now shrinks down. Its body like shrinks down, and then almost like spider webs, like Spider-Man spider webs. It shoots out the side and basically starts slingshotting itself towards you. And now we're gonna enter a chase sequence.
Oh my god!
So
Horrific.
So. Alrighty, then in order, it's going to be Matt, enemy, and then you, Ben. So, Matt, you get to go first. You're pulling your friend along, but for clarity's sake, that after he starts running, he's going to be running on his own.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
So, You first. So you get.
So yeah, I think as Matt's kind of like turns the thing towards the staircase, and Ben's close by. Give me your camera. So in old cameras, there's a tube.
Yes.
So he's basically going to hold the button to heat up that tube and try to launch it back like a bomb to slow this thing down.
Oh, okay, so you're basically just like hard to keep the light.
Get the
on.
light bulb to explode and throw it at this guy.
Sure, yeah, we could probably do
Why
that.
did you use your camera?
I'm gonna. You were the one that gave him the camera.
I thought you were take a picture of it.
So give me a photography roll.
76. Fuck. Yeah, it's one too many. I think one luck point's fine. Yeah. I was gonna push it, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
So yeah, you burn a luck point and you heat up the thing, and you're just gonna toss it back.
So Matt's kind of just gonna be like, "Sorry, Ben," and he just launches it
My
back.
treasured possession.
And he attempts to create a small explosion that will slow this thing down.
So you toss that. You toss it backwards and it explodes. You can give me, since I'm going to treat it like a grenade. You can give me a D4 of damage.
2, but I think a grenade did a little more than that.
No, I'm treating it as like an impromptu grenade.
Okay, gotcha.
And what I meant by grenade is that you don't have to roll for accuracy. You're just throwing it.
Right. Follow.
So yeah, you toss it, and it doesn't look like it's slowed down due to it. But it does look like it burned it a little.
Yeah, more just to distract it. I don't expect to actually hurt it all that much.
So you, with that, yeah. So you launch it and it explodes, and you watch as the skin that got warm, looks like it heated up a little bit, and then it just kind of like recovers itself in that like black.
Does it regenerate, or does it just kind of cover it?
It looks like it's covering it.
Okay, so it's like hiding its injury.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have to remind me what else. How chases work for me.
You get one more action.
Okay.
So you can either proceed forward or you can do another thing to try to slow it down.
So just question more from my understanding. Did that slow it at all, or is that just like a complete
It did not look like it
blow
slowed it
of,
at all.
Like
No.
it didn't really do anything.
It didn't look like it slowed it.
Okay. So I think I'll try to move forward at that point.
Okay. So moving forward, unless obstructed, is fine. So you'll technically speaking, you're moving forward one space.
Yeah, so I think Matt kind of runs, as they're running down the hall, he takes the camera and kind of launches it back and causes the explosion. And then he'll kind of like hop the banister and start kind of going down the stairs on the next floor.
Excellent. So, as Matt does that, you watch as Matt starts running. He took your camera, he threw it, and you're still like trying to chase up, but Matt has like started to take off. It's the enemy's turn. So you watch after the burn, another slingshot like sticks out to the side of the like ceiling, and it literally swings itself almost like an ape on a vine, and it just like flies directly at you. Which is a hit. So it slams into your back, and like a porcupine, you just feel sharp needles just stick into your back, almost like a little acupuncture needles. So you are going to take the initial damage of 3. So you take 3 damage as it sticks into your back, and you feel the pinpricks kind of like latch into you, and then you're going to make me a con roll.
43, which is a normal success.
Not a hard success?
Not a hard.
All right, not a hard success. So what happens is you feel like you're losing blood really fast, and like you start feeling sick, and so you will lose 5 con. So you literally feel yourself starting to like waste away a little bit at a time.
Oh, my coffee's
That was its first action. It has 2 more. So with that being said, now it's going to try to pull you to the ground. So make me I'll take either dodge or fight back if you want to try to fight your way to keep up, or you can try to like roll with it, so to speak.
So it is currently attached to my back.
It is. It's currently attached to your back, and it's about to use its little anchors to drag you to the ground.
It's fine. It would just be the brawl roll, right?
Yeah, so fight back is brawl, and then dodge is dodge.
So if you succeed in the fight back, you have to get a hard success because it succeeded. But if you do a dodge, you could just have to do a normal success.
All right, I'm gonna try to dodge it.
Okay.
So kind of just like maneuver myself away from.
You're trying to keep yourself from falling to the ground.
Nice.
Can I push this?
You can't.
You use luck though.
Yeah, you can use luck, but you can't use push combat rolls.
So the luck then, so 30 points. Oh, 33.
How lucky do you need to be?
That is pretty lucky to be there. Not to get in the ground. We'll do 33 points of luck.
All right. So its anchor shoot to the ground and tries to drag you straight to the ground with it. And
Just by a stroke of luck.
By almost like a stroke of luck, you are able to like knock out one of the anchors so it doesn't pull you straight to the ground. For its final
Trick.
For its final motion for this, it's going to impede your movement, so you're going to have to break free of its grapple on your turn.
Okay.
Which will be an opposing strength with it.
Get off me!
So it is your turn now, Ben. You get a action.
So I gotta get out of grapple.
You do.
So that is a fighting brawl, right?
For this, it can be an opposed strength.
We'll go for the brawl.
So you're gonna just try to like rip it
Yeah, I'll
off.
try to rip it off. I'll use like the door or whatever I'm at, like the hallway, to scrape it off my back. Maybe it'll stick to the wall.
So it's gonna fight back.
26. I'm gonna use 1 point of luck. Wait, so it's just a fight back, so I have to get it. I'll use 1 point of luck to make it a normal success.
Normal success. Okay, so you successfully pull it off of your back. Like you reach behind and you grab it, like you're grabbing hair, and you start like yanking, and that's what you feel too. Like it's like hair, and it's like strange, sharp hair, and you start pulling it off, and it unlatches from your back, but it still has you entangled with its fucking anchors. So now you have the option to try to run farther, or you can just wait for assistance. I'm going to give you the option to run. You can't make another specific action, but you can try to run and then just progress a little bit.
Oh, maybe it's got like a range you can go. So I'm gonna try to run
Okay,
a
so
little further away.
its anchor's wrapped around you. You like pull your legs. It's like almost weighted, and so you can get a little bit farther down the hallway. That'll lead us back to Matt, who is currently running down the banister.
Well, so what do I see though? So like,
So you watched all of it. I imagine you turned and looked back,
Yeah.
and you watched as it connected to his back, tried to drag him to the ground, and then he ripped it off his back.
okay. So I think, is there anything near me? It's like a staircase, right?
Yeah, you're in a staircase, and there's probably a couple doors near you, and there might be.
And he's not like far from me, right? Like he moved up a step as well.
Yeah, he moved up a
Okay.
step. If you moved up one step, he moved up half a step. It's kind of how that works.
Right. So I'd like to basically just kind of like kick one of those little. You know how there's like slats on the handrails?
Yep.
I like to kick that and like pull one of those out.
Okay. Yeah,
And then
give-
just whack it like as hard as I can to try and get it off his back.
That works. I can accept that. Give me. I'll say you can kick it open, kick it straight off. Normally you would do a roll for it, but give me a brawl roll
Okay.
because you're using a
52 is a success.
52 is a success. Excellent.
Yeah.
So you whip
Is it
it.
gonna dodge or anything or?
It can't dodge.
Oh, gotcha.
So you can give me a d6.
Plus DB.
Yeah, for damage. Plus your DBS.
Yeah. Ooh, 10.
10. All right.
Maximum damage.
So yeah, so you
They don't ace.
wind up and you slap it as hard as you can with this fucking rail
So,
banister.
yeah, I think Matt's kind of like fuck, and he kicks the little thing just like to the side and like pulls it off. He's like, hold on, buddy, and then he's gonna whack it like as hard as he can.
So I managed to pull it off my back, right, in my hand.
Well, I think you were in the
Right.
process
Oh,
of
you
kind of
doing
pulling
that?
it,
Okay.
and I kind of alley-ooped it out of your hand.
So you can do me a roll. That'll force, and I'll give it disadvantage. You can give a opposed either dex or strength. Strength to like fully throw it away from you, or dex to try to just like run out as it's.
Now I'm gonna do a dex. So that's 6, right?
That's a 6. Yeah.
That's a 6, which is extreme.
Well, good because you
not
said the
5,
other
right?
one was a 1.
Yeah.
Good because you had to beat hard. So good job. So.
I was like, ah! I was a
So-
sprinter back in.
So yeah, so you sprint away from it as it like drops to the ground really quick. Both of you can make me a quick listen roll before we continue the chase.
No.
No.
Just too caught up in what's
Yeah,
going
there's a
on.
lot going on right
The
now.
demon screeches probably.
Okay, so you don't hear anything except for maybe some laughing from the cops at the end of the hallway.
That's
That
fucked
being said, that was Matt's turn. I
Well, I
believe-
get.
one more. You got one more action.
Well, so I say, is chase leader I get 3 or 2?
You get 2.
Okay. So I knocked it out with the one. I think for the other one, I'll be like, fucking let's go, and I'll run down the. But we gotta get the hell out of here. I'm gonna run down the staircase.
Okay, so you're gonna take your second.
Yeah,
action
I'll
to
go
sprint.
back up. I'll go up another step.
Okay, so you run farther. You run down maybe like a level of the staircase. Enemy's turn. That was just hit, and also a surprise enemy. So you hear the sound of a gun cock in the back, and then you're going to hear the sound of a fire, which is going to shoot you in the leg as a bullet rips through your calf. And in the words of a very wise man once said, and I've rolled 2 for every damage. So the bullet rips through your calf, dealing 2
Grazes
damage.
your calf.
Yeah, it grazes your calf. As you hear one of them say, "Oh, don't go too far now," as one of the cops say that. And I'm going to take that as the dog's first attack, and the second attack will be against you. So it's going to fight you, so you can either fight back or dodge.
A dodge.
I'm
I
a
feel
dodge.
like, yeah.
Ooh, 16, which is a hard success.
Excellent. It beats a normal success for
Whoa.
it. So it lunges back at you, and you watch as those porcupine-like needles stick out, and you go,
Not again, you piece of shit. And I just kind of dodge it
yeah, you dodge out of the way
with my scraped leg.
as it
Adrenaline
sticks
kicks
in, and then it has one more, so it's going to give it one more good try, which you can't resist this time, as it forcefully sticks itself back onto you. But unlike last time, it's now just aiming for the hole or the scratch onto your leg, so you can make me a con roll again.
55 now.
Hard success.
Oh,
10.
10, which is extreme.
Excellent. So what happens is that you feel like the blood is draining out again, and then you like flex your calf and your the thighs of your legs to keep that muscle going, and it feels like it stops for a second. So now it's your turn.
Get off me. So I guess I'm gonna try to kick it off. So I get 2 actions, right?
No, you get
get
one.
one.
Oh,
You're
one,
good.
okay.
Just move forward.
You're the last in this sequence.
Yeah, just
Uh,
move
I'm
up.
gonna move up.
You're gonna move up.
Yep.
Okay. So you start running down the stairs. It's not impeding you this time. So yeah, you run down the stairs and match up to Matt, who is now down to the second level. So
Get it off.
Matt, back to you. You get 2 actions.
Yeah, so as I kind of round the corner, he's not far behind me. As I hear a gunshot go off, I'm going to go, okay, I got 2 theories. How good are you at falling?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Okay, so basically, I don't know if you want a luck roll or what, but I'm looking for a window in the stairwell.
You're looking for a window, like a window outwards.
Yeah.
I can say there's probably.
That's not the luck roll.
I was gonna say
The luck roll is that there's something reasonably soft to land on
that would be
beneath
a luck
it.
roll. Yes, you give me a luck roll. Whoever's going to make the jump out first, that will be the.
That'd be me.
That will be who makes the luck roll.
41's a hard pass? Yeah.
Hard pass? Okay. For luck, it's just pass or fail.
Okay, so pass.
So yes, there looks to be it was sofa day, and they tossed
Yeah,
out a lot
someone's
of the
moving
sofa.
into an apartment.
Yeah, and they threw out all the sofas down below. It leads out to the alleyway. So
I'm gonna go, this is still gonna hurt, but follow me. And so I'd like to whip out my pistol and shoot the window.
okay, so yeah, you can do that. Keep going.
And then jump out the window.
Okay, I believe there's a jump skill.
Yeah, well, is it high enough to jump, or can I just climb out it?
Climbing would take two turns. Jumping would take.
That's okay. I got 2.
Okay, you got 2. Well, one would be I would argue you shooting out a window.
Oh, right. I don't get 3. You're right.
You get one more. So you can either jump, which will get you straight to the ground, or you can start the climb, which will take one more round.
So this is a straight drop. There's no fire railings thing they have in apartment buildings.
Well, there are things to grab onto, but if you want to make it out fast,
gotcha.
jumping is the way out.
out.
So climb or jump, your choice.
I'm not really good at either of them. So
I will be transparent with you. The fall will give you a D6 of damage.
yeah, I kind of assumed it's gonna hurt.
A pass on it will give you just basically 1 damage.
So I would like to. So either way we jump, we're going out the window. It's just a matter of how well we land. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
we're not gonna miss the window.
No, you'll land on it. That was luck for, but
So then I think Question for you. Feel free to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, could I forsake my second action to help him and then just take the damage? Like, basically help him and then just throw myself out the window, not trying to land
Yes,
softly.
you can do that. I will allow that.
So then, yeah, I think that would be his priority, is going to be, so he's going to, actually, you know what, I'll probably just smash the window at the thing I'm holding, because shooting it seems unnecessary.
Okay.
So he'll take the little, like, railing thing and just, like, whack the window to crack it open, and then he'll kind of, like, arms down to boost Ben out the window, so that he has, my hope would be to give him an advantage die on his jump out the window.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, that would be perfect. You will make me a strength roll to support his weight when he jumps out. And then depending on what level of success.
None.
Okay. So you will get no help in your attempt out of here, but it is the enemy's turn. So it's going to first impose that con roll against you.
What's a 6?
6? All right, good. That's good. That's 1. I think it's going to pinprick you for the second one. So give me a roll if you want to fight back or dodge for your turn.
If I dodge, will I go out the window?
No. Sorry.
You just avoid the damage.
All right, I'll dodge. This time I won't.
No, nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. So 3 damage as you feel more sharp needles fly into you.
Feeling deathly.
It's going to be risky when he jumps.
So now it's going to again impose the con roll, but now you have to beat an extreme success.
Get another 6, buddy.
Nope.
All right. 1. You lose 1 con.
Let's say that's a normal success, but
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You need an extreme. That's 1 con out. All right. It's your turn to get 1 action. What do you got?
Jump out the window.
jumping out the window.
So remember, it is still like pinned into you to some degree or another.
I'm just hoping maybe it's weak to sunlight. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our operating theory is that it either A, it can't go outside the building, or B, it'll try to hide itself from everyone outside.
Because everything's quarantined, so maybe that has to deal with it. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. Then make me a jump roll if you were going to jump.
If I was gonna, I want to get down quick. So
That'd
climb would be the slower route, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Climb
so I'm
would
gonna
take 2 turns.
Which
Jump
you
takes
don't
1.
have.
20%. Hopefully, I don't roll.
If you roll, it's a d6. If you
31.
31, which is
It's a fail. Take that D6, buddy.
5.
Unfortunate.
Oh, dang.
So
Crack my
you
head.
leap out the window. The cracked window shatters as you basically swan dive off to the nice thing below. Quick question: did that do half your health in a hit?
No, he's not taken
Okay, good.
injury yet.
So you dive out this window and you swan dive onto the nice mattresses below. But as you slam into the mattresses, you realize that it's probably not as soft as you think it was, especially for a swan dive.
It knocks you unconscious.
So you
Right? That's what happens if you hit 0 without an injury. You go
Did he hit
unconscious.
0?
Yeah, he's at 0.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you are out cold. You are knocked unconscious, which is unfortunate depending on the next turn. So, you are laying on the ground unconscious as this thing is attached to you.
In the sunlight? I don't know.
Give me, the person who's still awake, Matt, please give me a spot hidden roll.
Okay. 48's a success.
Success?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do see that the creature is dissipating. Almost like water is dissolving, but you suspect unless you can get it off his leg on this turn, it probably will still hurt him.
Well, so my thought was that basically I was throwing myself out. So I was going to take the injury, but it was to get out this turn.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
So that's 5 damage to you as well.
That's fine. Yeah, because I kind of assumed something like that. So
Okay, so so you were down there. You have the so basically in order, what happens? You dive out, Ben, and slam in and fucking black out. And then in the right after he falls out, you realize he missed your hands, and that's why the assistant helped. And then you dove out after him. So
as Matt kind of tumbles into the thing, he'll kind of get up there. God. All right. So I've got an action, right?
Yeah, you got your action. You got 2 actions actually.
I'm going to take the stairwell gadget that I've invented and just crack this thing twice with it.
Okay. All right, give me that, and I think it's going to choose to try to hit you back.
16, which is an extreme.
So extreme. So you get it
Sorry,
with
it's
extra bludgeoning damage. So basically,
It's a hard.
Hard success?
Yeah.
Okay. So still with what's called bludgeoning in this. So basically, you're going to do your damage, and then assuming it gets over a certain threshold by its health, it will knock it unconscious, or in the monster's case, it will knock it off for you.
Right. Okay. 5.
5. Okay. So yeah. So you hit it, and as you do, you what would be would be probably enough to knock someone out. You knock it off of your friend Ben, and it slams into the trash bin in front of you. You got your second action. You hitting it again?
You said it's disappearing, right?
Yeah, slowly.
I'm gonna try and quickly take a photo of it.
Okay.
Because you said it was if I don't get it off this round, he's in danger. But
it's off now.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna try and quickly snap a photo before it disappears.
Yep.
47 is a success, not a hard one though, just normal one.
Not a hard one, just normal. Okay, so you quickly snap a photo of it, and so with that, you watch as the thing anchors itself to the walls and launches itself straight at you. And in a last horrid moment, you watch as its maw opens up, and then it dissipates into effective water in front of you.
So it's flying at me, and then water splashes on my face.
Yep, and also make me a sanity roll as you now have come to terms from the action of what you just watched.
Yeah, so I think
I'm in my thoughts right now.
you're in the unconscious. 61's a fail.
Fail. Okay, so 2.
Okay. So he'll be like, "What the fuck, man?"
So do me a favor, because you're not out of the water entirely yet. Make a listen roll.
Oh, I passed. 10.
Pass? Perfect. Okay, so with that,
It's a hard
pass. So you hear from up the windows and go, "Did they make it out? I heard the window smash." And they go, "Someone go get him. We can't have him going back out." And then you'll hear people start running down the stairs.
Yeah, I think. What's in the alley near me?
It's your standard alley. You got trash. You got large dumpsters. Yeah, obviously the road is onto your either side. If you go back the other way, it'll take you down probably a couple more alleyways out of this section of the city.
Okay. So can I hide him?
Okay.
And I make a stealth roll to basically make him completely hidden from vision, and then I'm gonna fucking bolt.
Yes, you can do that. Give me a stealth roll.
A 66 is a failure, but considering the circumstances, I want to push that.
Okay.
So I'm going to basically scoot a dumpster and slide him behind it and try and push it as close to him as I can.
Okay.
To to where they would have to really do some work to find him.
Okay. Yeah, that's acceptable.
23 is a hard pass.
Okay. So
Glad I didn't fail that because I would have crushed you with the dumpster.
So yeah, you slide the dumpster and you slide your friend behind it and you push it, and now you're gonna run? Your bolt?
I'll be like, "Don't move, Ben." I'll take off. Yeah, I'm gonna
Don't
run
worry
back
about
towards
it.
my motorcycle.
Okay, excellent. So you run back out.
Or I guess we walked here, so I'm just gonna bolt down the street.
Okay, so you're gonna turn and bolt down the street. You get a couple looks, but nothing no one's gonna stop you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do the action movie where he kind of pulls his collar up. He's walking very quickly, but he's not. He's not running, but he's moving.
Yeah. So yeah, you sprint pretty far, and they didn't seem to catch you on your way out. So that being said, Matt, where are you going from there?
I think he would probably, he'd probably circle the block and then watch from a distance to see if if Ben emerges from the alleyway at any point, or if enough time passes that he feels safe to go get him.
Okay, so Ben, make me a con roll.
54 now. Wow.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
2? Okay. You got 2 minutes. So after your
So I'm not even gone.
yeah, so you basically start getting up, and then you wake up behind smelly trash. And
You'll hear them.
Hear very quickly as you wake up and you're coming to. You hear the sound of the cops in the alleyway.
Thanks for listening, everybody. If you enjoyed that episode, do give us a like on Spotify, a thumbs up on YouTube, 5 stars Apple Podcast. That really does help us grow, helps us get a little bigger, get a little better, and we can continue making fun episodes like this. But this has been The Unlucky Ones, and please join us next week.
Hello, this is Ulysses. Can anybody hear me?
I think we shouldn't be here anymore.
No, this is exactly where we should be.